My name's Gebbie-Smith and I live in Inverurie, but I work in Aberdeen, and I've just had the privilege of graduating with an MSc in Leadership and Professional Context, along with Scottish qualification for headship. And surprisingly to me, I got a commendation, which I'm really quite ecstatic about. So I work with some of the most complex young people in Scotland, in our society. I have a real privilege to work with our children. So it's a very, very busy job. I'm a deputy head. When I first started the course, I'd actually been made redundant from a position in a residential school. So I had something to prove to myself. My early degree was in art, so I never came to a university like this. I never seen myself as being an academic at all. So this course came about, and I was full-time working, and as I say, with wonderful children, but really a very, very busy job. So the only way for me to was doing it online. And sometimes it was really late into the early hours, but I'm glad I stuck with it to be able to be here today to graduate. That's a really interesting question about where this qualification will take me, and I've thought long and hard about it. People say, "You're going to be a head teacher." I just want to be really good at the job that I do. When I first started out, I was leading people, that was my job, but actually I think I was maybe managing people. My heart was saying, you know how to do this is about people, this is about leadership at all levels. But I didn't have the theory behind me. I now can stand proud and say my heart and my head are connected. I go into work knowing or feeling more that what I'm doing is right, and I can leave watching my colleagues leave feeling proud of themselves and hoping that I've just done a little bit more to help them have a better day. Throughout my studies, I was going to give this up a couple of times. Loss and change. My tutor actually very sadly passed away. We've had really serious illness in my family. Young people at school have passed away. So there was numerous times I just thought, really, what is this about? And there's more things important. But my new tutor said to me, no, this is important, and it's okay for you to take time to do this for you too. The pressure was not on every week having to hand things in, and because we had the online course, I could work around some of those issues that were at home for me as well as in my professional life. So that supported me to get through this, and as I maybe said earlier, to get an A for my studies, I never ever thought I would ever get that. In fact, I had to ask a few times what the person said on the end of the phone when they did give me my results. So I'm very, very glad I stuck out, but I'm very glad that I stuck out because this wasn't about me getting it, it was about us at school getting it, because I couldn't have done this without my colleagues at school. Those are the folks that helped me in my research projects. We are the people that made a difference to the children helped me do this. So maybe sounds a little bit, but it's not just about me, that piece of paper is about us, and that's what I hold dear. The moment that I thought I was really glad I'd done it was when I got a really good grade and I thought, oh, hang on, I'm chasing my academic demons away. I had a degree in art, I can draw, but can I write critically? And I'm really proud to say, actually, I think I can. And what that's done in my everyday job is folk come to me now and say, Karen, can you maybe write this report? I maybe didn't get that very often in my early career. So I think I can write critically, I can look three-dimensionally at things, I've connected my head and heart, I use research really quite well now, and it's embedded in my everyday practice. It's not something I do to pass a university course, it's something I do because it makes things better generally. Advice for people, make sure you've got a good connection, because in the early days, I don't know how many times I was bunged out of conversations, it became quite a bit of a joke, but to be serious, ask questions. In my work-based project, I didn't get the right research question initially, and my tutors were great at being that critical friend. It was never a teacher-student situation. It was very much about learning conversations between adults. And I think my tutor maybe got things out from me as much as I got out from them. But I really challenged myself to think about what research question I was going to do, and that's what made the difference to my project. Because it wasn't the first one, it wasn't the second one, it was maybe 4 or 5 months into my work when I realised, now I'm getting it. So give yourself a moment, but really search for what question you really want to ask. I chose Aberdeen. I'm very lucky. I was sponsored to do my course, so my fees were paid. But I think it's really important to support your local university. I know that there's people from all over the world on my online course, but there's something quite special about working in the context that the university's in. And whilst I never ever came into the building because I didn't need to, my resources were adequate online, etc., I know that that support would have been there if I needed to do that. Today's graduation ceremony was just a bit surreal for me because I'd never been on campus before, so seeing so many people graduating, I was awful proud of everybody and never knew anybody at all. So there was a bit of camaraderie without even knowing them, so it was lovely. And to be able to bring my family, my 2 girls have just gone to university in the last couple of years, so to see their old mum up there on their stage, and my mother again, to see that, it really brings the family together as well. So that was a nice day.